What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kira, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about I'm going to be giving y'all tips on how to maintain good grades and like straight A's in subjects in school. Personally, from 6th grade, from 7th grade to 8th grade, I was able to maintain all A's in all subjects in middle school. Then I got to high school, my freshman year, I had a B in one subject, so it didn't count as maintaining all A's the whole school year because I had a B in one subject in the first semester. But in the second semester, I had all A's. And from 9th grade to 12th grade, which I'm in right now, I have been maintaining all A's in every single subject. I want to just add that what I mean by maintaining all A's is not all A's on every single test, but all A's as an average grade, like, as an average in every subject, like on report cards or progress reports. No, it's hard to maintain. Well, I personally couldn't do like all A's on every single test. Of course, I tried to. That's why I have been maintaining all A's as my average. But what I mean is all A's as averages. So I feel like I can kind of give y'all some tips on on what I do to keep my grades up. Okay, so I wrote down some tips in my iPad, and we're just gonna get to it. First tip that I have is to form good study habits. Okay. And what I mean is that, I feel like this is the most important tip, because a lot of people think that maintaining all A's and getting good grades is about being smart, being super smart and super intelligent. Of course, being smart and having intelligence has a lot to do with it, but the most important thing is having good study habits. Everybody is smart, but if somebody doesn't consider you as smart, as long as you study right and study efficiently, you can make good grades. Because putting in that work and that effort from studying, being consistent with it too, and knowing how to study, knowing that you need to go over this ever so many times. You need to really thoroughly make sure that you understand and not just memorize things. That's what I mean by forming good study habits. And good study habits is not overloading yourself with all types of work at one time. It's also about spacing out what you study each day. Like, I might study these 2 subjects this night, the other 2 this night, the other 2 this night. Also, before you take a test, you should review what you have studied. So yes, you must study hard the few days leading up to the test, and then before you get, the day before the test, just review things like little flashcards on your notes. Just review lightly, because sometimes studying too much can cause you to forget certain things when you actually get to the test. Okay, so the second tip that I have is to stay consistent and organized. So what I mean is that, kind of just what I was just talking about, you want to study consistently. You don't want to, if your test is Friday, you don't want to study Monday and Tuesday and never study again. You must study consistently, or even before a test, you can start studying a week or 2 before a test. Okay, you want to study every night, you want to study a little bit about each subject every single night, and you want to stay consistent with it. You want to do it all the time. You don't want to skip days. That's how you form good study habits and stay consistent. And you also want to be organized, being that you need to write whatever you have done down. You need to write your assignments down, when it's due, when are your quizzes due, when are your test dates. And you want to plan out, I'm going to study this day, this the next day, I'm going to do this project here. You need to organize yourself and work with your time, according to you. You need to fit your most important things in. You need to make sure that you fit your school assignments in, your studies in, with everything else in your life. You want to try to give it a little bit of space, because that's going to help you maintain your A's and any good grades by not bringing you down and you forgetting to do this, which can cause your grade to go lower. So yes, you just want to stay consistent in your study patterns and what you study, and you want to stay organized by just labeling everything and planning when you're going to do things according to your time. Y'all, this is actually really so hard to explain. I had it all planned out in my head. The third tip that I have is to pay attention in class and show up to class. So this is really important too. some people think that they're just gonna copy down the notes that the teacher is saying and not pay attention to anything else that they're saying. But that's where it gets you, because that little piece of information that the teacher said and you're not listening to, that's most likely to be on the test. That happens a lot of times. Like that piece of information that he leaves out at the end, like while he's talking, those are the things that he actually puts on the test, as well as in combination with the things that you wrote down in the notes. Okay, and you also want to show up to class, because missing important information in class, like I said, that too, you will possibly miss on the quiz, on the test. You can miss important information about what's going to be on the quiz and the test. Sure, you can ask your friends, what did the teacher talk about in class today? But they're not going to remember every single detail. Whereas if you were actually in class and paying attention, you will remember those important details, or something, a question can pop up on the test and you can be like, oh, I remember the teacher said that. So that's why it's important to show up to class and to pay attention. Not only focus on the notes, but pay attention to everything that your teacher is saying. You never want to miss that important information, because that could take you from being, from an 89 to a 91, something like that, And the last tip that I have is to only be in competition with yourself. So what I mean is that a lot of, like us, we have a lot of teenagers in the generation, we tend to like to compete with others. We feel that if we're not up to that level of the other person, we feel bad about ourselves. Like, if they got an A on this and we got a B, we might feel bad about it. But you shouldn't do that, because that can mess with you mentally. And if you're not mentally focused on your work and what you need to get done, then you're never gonna make yourself proud and reach your own goals. The only person that you should be in competition with is yourself. Don't ever feel like what the next person makes is what you should be making, or just because they make this, you're not equivalent to them. Certain people are better in certain subjects and better at doing certain things. As long as you reach the goals that you have within yourself, then that's all that matters. If you struggle in science and you got a B and the other person got an A, it doesn't matter. You made a freaking B in science and you usually struggle in science. Only reach the goals that you have within yourself. Do not worry about the next person, because that will get you focused off of the true task at hand, okay? So yes, guys, this is all I have for y'all today. I know this video may have been, I was having trouble with my camera and everything, so this video may have been all around. I'm so sorry about that, but I tried to explain each of my tips the best that I can. I really hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and just let me know what other things y'all like to see from me, and see you next time.